investment. Industrialist Anil Ambani has been held guilty of contempt of the Supreme Court, which said today that he will go to jail for 3 months if he doesn't pay rupees 450 crore to Ericsson within 4 weeks. The top court tore into the Reliance Group chairman for a cavalier attitude and asked him to pay rupees 1 crore to the Supreme Court registry. Anil Ambani, the Supreme Court said, and others breached their undertaking, and this is willful disobedience of the Supreme Court's order. My colleague Vedya was there in the Supreme Court, and this is the perspective that he brought us.
This case was filed by Ericsson, one of the Swedish telecom giant, and Ericsson was to be paid around 550 crores by Anil Ambani. So when they came to the court, Anil Ambani and 2 directors and the whole company assured them, gave an undertaking saying that they would pay, and but they couldn't honor it. So Ericsson again came to the court saying it's a contempt of court. He has willfully disobeyed, then he should be punished for contempt. So during the last hearing, Anil Ambani's lawyers argued saying that it's not a willful contempt, no contempt at all. There is no disobedience because the undertaking was in a conditional undertaking. He said that if the assets have been sold to Jio's brother's company, then he would pay the amount. That was not sold, the deal fell through. But today finally the Supreme Court 2-judge bench headed by Justice Rohinton F. Nariman gave the judgment. Mr. Anil Ambani was also present in the court. Court said it's a willful disobedience. We hold Anil Ambani and the 2 directors contempt of court, and they said that around 450 crores will have to be paid within 4 weeks. If they don't pay, then Mr. Ambani will have to go to jail for 3 months. They also fined him and other 2 directors 1 crore each, which will have to pay to the Supreme Court registry, and that amount will be used for the Legal Services Authority, which basically helps the poor litigants who come to court without any money. So the court also said that if the 1 crore is not paid in time, then 1 more month jail. So now it's a bad time for as far as Supreme Court is concerned. If he pays within 4 weeks, then he won't go to jail.
See, the Honorable Supreme Court had ordered that the payment of rupees 550 crore be made on October 30. And that petition was filed by Ericsson contending that Reliance by disobeying orders of Supreme Court, and they have not paid 550 crores despite orders, and which was towards the settlement of the dues. Then the Honorable Supreme Court on October 3 said that it is a lost opportunity. In any case, you will have to pay this amount on or before December 15 to 2018. But they tried to linger it on from one pretext to the another, and Supreme Court was very strict and said, no, you have committed contempt of the court. You have not paid despite our orders. And if you remember, in the last week, the certain ambiguity was also noticed, and 2 assistant registrars were removed because there was an order which was changed to some extent. And now the court was very strict. Court said, no, you will have to appear and you have to pay. And then they extended unconditional apology. However, court said, no, your apology is not enough, and you have committed our court's order, contempt of our court's order. Therefore, you are guilty under contempt of court. And let's see what the what judgment is pronounced by the court for this contempt of court, and what punishment is awarded. But yes, as of now, he has been held guilty under the contempt of court.